for that exact reason of why I just did right now. Just be cutting out, man. Like literally, it'll just turn off and turn back on. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's the best app out there for what I do. But yo, man, hey, y'all saw the article I posted yesterday about Amari Cooper, and I know it pissed off some of you guys, but hey, man, we got to talk facts here. We got to talk about facts. We got to talk about realistic possibilities. You know what I'm saying? Realistic things that could happen to your team. And I don't always want to be the bearer of bad news, but I do want to be the bearer of factual information. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that guy that's known as the guy who puts out the bad news. I don't want to be that guy. But I do want to be that guy known that puts out the factual information. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be honest with you guys. If you're not being realistic to the fact that the Dallas Cowboys could lose Amari Cooper, then you're not being realistic with yourself. And the reason why I say that, Kerry, what up with you, Scout? The reason why I say that is because of this. When have you ever seen a team give up a first-round asset and not make it a priority to get this guy signed? The Dallas Cowboys have now allowed Amari Cooper to play in an explosive way that now, the NFL understands what Amari Cooper is. So think about this. Next year, if I'm Amari Cooper, I even told you guys this about a month ago. I said, you know what? At this point, the Dallas Cowboys probably can't sign Amari Cooper. Why? Because his value is ridiculous now. The NFL has gotten a hold, not even let's say they've gotten a hold of him, but the NFL has seen what he's able and physically able to do. So guess what? Now, Amari Cooper knows that he is going to have options. You know what I'm saying? He's actually come to Dallas and made money. Think of that. You know what I'm saying? He's made money. So the cool thing about Amari Cooper is as soon as he becomes a free agent next year, as soon as the season's over, Amari Cooper is probably going to be one of the bigger names, probably the best available wide receiver. So think about this, all those wide receiver teams that are in need of a wide receiver, guess what? Amari Cooper is going to be a damn good option. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. We love Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott's not viewed as, well, he should be. At least he should be right now. He should be. I take that back. But, as a whole, NFL fans don't view Dak Prescott as this gunslinging quarterback who's going to throw the ball for 400, 500 yards a game. So a guy like Amari Cooper, when he's able to come into our offense that is a running-based offense, we are a run-based team, and he's able to be, second in the NFL, or third in yards and second in touchdowns in the NFL right now? You know what I'm saying? And I think he dropped out of second. I think he's like fourth right now, but you got to consider, the boy barely played. He played in the last 2 games. He only got, 6 targets in the last 2 games. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that Amari Cooper is going to be a dude that's very, very easily going to be one of the bigger names out there. And, you just have Michael Thomas get the dub. You have Julio Jones get the dub. You got Adam Thielen getting 17 and a quarter. You know what I'm saying? I think, I'm going to be honest with you. Do I think Amari Cooper's better than them dudes? Yeah, I do. There's only a few wide receivers in the NFL that I don't think Amari Cooper's better than. Like DeAndre Hopkins is probably the only receiver. Hopkins, who else? Cause I ain't trying to throw shade to nobody, but the thing that separates Amari Cooper from everybody, bro, is Amari Cooper can create his own space. He's not a guy that's gonna have to Megatron you to death. Or he's not a guy that's going to out-athleticism you to death. What the actual job of a wide receiver winning off the line? Bro, Amari Cooper is nasty. The only person who does it better than him is Hopkins. Adams? No. Devontae Adams is, neither one of the Adams is a better wide receiver than Amari Cooper. Nope. My thing is this. How Amari Cooper have more touchdowns than Julio Jones, and Julio Jones has had Matt Ryan his entire career. That's ridiculous. The only shade, and I'm going to be honest with you, the only shade that I think that people put on, and even Thomas, Thomas have got a Hall of Fame quarterback his entire career, and he caught 83% of the passes thrown in New Orleans last year. If you catch 80% of the passes in any organization, you're going to get 1,400 yards. That's any organization. So imagine a guy catching 82% of his passes. That's why they were such a rush to sign Dez, because they needed another target on the opposite side of him. Because their offense was literally one-dimensional. It was either Michael Thomas or Alvin Kamara. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, man, there's going to be teams, if you're a young team And like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna tell you a team that would be highly interested in Amari Cooper, a team with a young quarterback. Why? Because Amari Cooper is a young quarterback helper. Why? Because he doesn't need a lot of space to get open. Like, Amari Cooper can I mean, there's only a few DBs I think can even stay in front of Cooper. Like, and Jalen Ramsey's not one of them right now. Jalen Ramsey's getting burnt up. You know what I'm saying? But there's only a few guys that can win at the point of attack. And I'm going to tell you, Cole Beasley's one of them dudes, too. I've always had respect for Cole Beasley. I just kind of pissed off at him for all that stuff he was saying. But you know what, Cole? You was right. You was right. You know, it is what it is. We'll talk about that in the offseason. But you was right on some of them things you did say. You know what I'm saying? But Terrell says, you're right, West Coast. Corey says it's going to be an issue, but we will see. Cowboys better come up with some dough. Honestly, it's not even really about Cowboys coming up with some dough. What it's really, hey, you could probably just throw it in a. Oh, you gonna throw it under?
You're gonna get a fixed, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to drop it all over again.
So yeah, just throw it. That's what I was gonna say. Just throw it up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, man. My freaking. I can't even. I'll show y'all like this. I rode over a nail. I don't know what the hell I be doing, man. I don't know where I be driving, but I get a nail in my tire every week. Once a week, man. Once a week. What up, Josh? He says, so, West Coast, what's the percentage do you think we will keep Cooper? This is the percentage I think of us keeping Cooper. How many teams do you think will overpay for Cooper? If it's one team, I think you can keep him. Because I think you can beat one team. But if it gets to the fact where it's like 2 or 3 teams looking at Amari Cooper and trying to overpay him, then I can almost say there's probably like a 60-70% chance because the reason, and I'm sorry to say you guys, but the reason is because I'm just looking at history. And history says that the Dallas Cowboys have a hard time trying to re-sign players who are currently on their team, who are under contract. Like, it took Zeke all the way up until 3 days before the Giants game before he came to practice. Freaking Zach Martin. How does Zach Martin hold out? Zach Martin held out for 2 days. DeMarcus Lawrence said that he wasn't coming back to the Dallas Cowboys. He wasn't going to have his surgery until they paid him. Like, think about how they treat players who are currently on their team under contract. So do you think they're going to treat players that are free agents better? I don't think so, man. Like, how they went after like, I mean, let's just be real, right? We all really wanted Earl Thomas, but I don't think the Cowboys wanted Earl Thomas as bad as we wanted Earl Thomas. Like, I don't think they did, because I think if they did, they would have got him. That's what I believe. I believe if you really wanted to get him, you would have got him. He signed for $15 million, and he's worth every penny. Like, think about this. The Seahawks wanted a first-round pick, they said at first for him. Cowboys said no, they only want to give a second-round pick. We ended up giving a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, who makes $14.9 million. So you ended up paying the $15 million anyway. You just paid it to a wide receiver versus paying it to a safety. Now, granted, I'm happy we did get Amari Cooper over Earl Thomas, but at the same time, I also think that Earl Thomas wouldn't have played unless he would have got a long-term contract. Like, Earl Thomas, he wouldn't have did what Amari Cooper did. Like, Amari Cooper came and was like, oh, yeah, I can make some money. Oh, I'm going to just bet on myself. Why? Because I'm only 25. Earl Thomas is like, bro, I'm 29. You know what I'm saying? Give me a contract. That's what he wanted in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really think Cooper came here with the intentions of getting a second contract from us. What I think he came here with the intentions of proving that I am better than what the Raiders put out there about me. Like, that's what I think Amari Cooper's whole time in Dallas has been about, is defeating that tape in Oakland. That's it. Because once he defeats that tape in Oakland, he's a whole different receiver. He's a whole different receiver. Now, Amari Cooper is looked at way better right now than he ever was in Oakland. In Oakland, he led the NFL 2 times in drops. You can Google that. I'm not going to put the years out there, but one was 2017. It was not Dez Bryant. The other one you can Google. Like, we got to do a little homework around here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he led the league in drops in 2017. The same year they said Dez did, but it wasn't. It was Amari Cooper. But yeah. Like, think about this. Like, anytime a first round pick is given up on, like a Taco, you can't try to sell him on, oh yeah, he was really good, or they really, really loved him. Because if they did, they would have kept him. 100. Let me sign this real. Appreciate you, brother. You had great customer service.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And then,
oh yeah, my keys. Appreciate you, big dog. Hey, shout out to the man for coming out here and fixing my tire, man. You know what I'm talking about? They be like, real men change their tires. No, they don't. Real men pay $14.99 a month and have somebody else come pay it. Yeah, you mean? What's up with you, Cooley? Hey, man, I got the world famous Cooley on here, man. Y'all, if you on YouTube, you know who he is, man. He had one of the most famous videos ever on YouTube, and that was Dez Bryant is not guilty. Man, what's up with you, man? Got him on the line. That's dope, man. Made me feel good this morning. So yeah, he said? Yeah, he's on the Ravens. Okay, so yeah, Laura, he says, man, he needs to get paid. He do need to get paid. And what the thing about it is, this is the thing that kind of irritates me about my Dallas Cowboys, right? The Dallas Cowboys 100% created this problem. You know this problem with, the fact that Michael Bennett had to yell at dudes in the locker room? Let me tell you guys something, right? If Amari Cooper, and if not Amari Cooper, if Amari Cooper, well, I can actually say that Amari Cooper said a month ago that he did not want to talk about his contract. Right, that he didn't want to talk about his contract till after the season, right? That's what Amari Cooper said. Hey, I'm trying to fix this stuff. There we go. All right, so when Amari Cooper said a month ago that he didn't want to talk about his contract anymore, you know what I said? We in trouble. You know why I said that we was in trouble then? Because I know there's only a few times in life when somebody don't want to talk about their money, and that's when they don't want to talk about this little money, because they want to talk about that big money across the street. And I'm gonna tell you guys, Amari Cooper already has enough data and information on him for him to get paid from a team. He does. You wanna know why? Because he has 16 full games with the Dallas Cowboys. And think about this. The Dallas Cowboys, over the last couple years, over these last 2 years, Amari Cooper has gotten a lot of credit for our success or our change of our success. So think about this. A struggling team, a team that has a young quarterback in our own division, I'm going to be honest with you. The Giants, in my opinion, would be the number one team, in our opinion, that would go after Amari Cooper. Why? Because you hurt on a division opponent while improving yourself. And to be honest with you, they're a type of team just like with DeMarco Murray. Oh my God, I'm about to do a video on this. Hey, just like with DeMarco Murray, who was it? It was a divisional opponent who was willing to overpay for Murray. Want to know why? Because they knew this exact same thing West Coast just said. I can strengthen myself while hurting my greatest opponent at the same time. Josh Hickman says he can't stay healthy enough. Well, Josh, this is my thing, bro. Can't nobody stay healthy. Being healthy doesn't predicate someone not getting paid or wanting to pay you. I'm sorry, brother. Unfortunately, I wish that was the case. And if that's the case, why would we want to pay him? You want me to tell you why Amari Cooper is going to get paid? Because regardless of that, how many games has he missed? Think about that. Think about that. We know in our head Amari Cooper's been hurt, right? But even with that, how many games has he missed? Goose egg, baby. Goose egg, baby. Blue face, baby. How many games? You know what I'm saying? We got Raymond says, Coop ain't going nowhere. He's going to be a Cowboy. You don't know that, Raymond. I know you're hoping under your breath because it's your favorite player and you probably bought his jersey, but you don't know that, Raymond. We don't know that. So, Lyra says none. Right? Now, I look at this. You know what a team says when they see that? They said that's a guy that's going to play through anything. That's a guy who knows how to handle adversity. That's a guy who knows how to handle being with considered a project quarterback, or not a guy who's trying to figure out what's he going to be, a running quarterback or a throwing quarterback. And guess what? He was still able to produce. And to be honest with you, man, I never thought with Dak Prescott as our quarterback and us being in a run-based offense that you would have a wide receiver that's second in the NFL in touchdowns. He might have got swapped up because we played on Thursday and they had games that played on Sunday. But I never would have thought that. Why? Because I didn't think they would have the opportunities. I'm just being real. I didn't think there would be an opportunity. And I'm going to tell you another reason why I think there's a chance that Amari Cooper could be gone. I'm going to tell you why. Because the Dallas Cowboys always lose players when they think their number 2 is really good. It's kind of the reason why Tony Romo's not your quarterback no more. The worst thing in Dallas is for a good guy, for a great player, to have a pretty decent backup. Because if you got a pretty decent backup or a guy right behind you, the Dallas Cowboys will be like, well, damn. MGZ baby did look kind of fly his second year. I wonder how fly he'll be in his third year. Now think about this. When you draft a quarterback, when you draft a wide receiver, hey man, ooh, baby hooked it up. When you draft a wide receiver in the second round, what are you expecting him to be at some point? If you draft a wide receiver in the second round, what are you expecting for him to be at some point? You're expecting for him to be a number one receiver at some point. You're expecting that he's going to be a number one receiver at some point. That's what you're expecting. Now, Jeezy will have been in the league 3 years next year. You're not going to tell me that the Dallas Cowboys aren't going to think that he could be a formidable number one wide receiver? I'm going to be honest with you, Michael Jeezy is going to be the reason I think we lose Amari Cooper. And not because I think Michael Jeezy is as good as Amari Cooper, because I don't believe he is. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe he can get there? I think he could. But do I think he is right now? No, I don't think he is. And I know you guys know that too. But the Dallas Cowboys, I want to know, will the Jerry Jones feel that Michael Gallup, and especially since Michael Gallup is playing while Cooper has been, dealing with his ailments and his injuries. Michael Gallup's basically been our go-through guy, like in the last 3 games. Regardless if we won or not, he's been the guy that we've been running this offense to, him or Cobb. I think that sometimes can place fake, false hope in Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. It gives them a false sense of security. And then you know what they do? They make irrational decisions. Oh yeah, Michael Gallup for sure. He can definitely step in here and take Amari Cooper's job. So yeah, we're gonna try to keep Cooper. But the Giants said they want how much? They're gonna give him how much? They're gonna give Cooper how much money? Oh, Steven, we can't do that, Steven. We can't do that, Steven. We can't give Amari Cooper that type of money. You know what I'm saying? We can't give Amari Cooper that type of money. The Giants are going to give them how much? Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, all y'all folks saying we're going to lose Cooper and get Odell Beckham, that would be a drop. That would be taking a step back. 100. Odell is more of the name than he is anything else right now. And to be honest with you, the most productive receiver in Cleveland is Jarvis Landry. You know what I'm saying? The most productive receiver in Cleveland is Jarvis Landry right now. So, man, Amari Cooper is a talent worth signing. There's no reason you give up a first-round pick, man, for 25 games. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. I'm going to be honest with you. Flat out, that's dumb. And just think of this. I don't even want y'all to think about this because I'm all in West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think about this, but it's what did you trade Amari Cooper for if we don't win a Super Bowl in this year? And you don't sign him? It would have been a total waste. Jamez said there's no way there's no way they feel that way. Cobb is on a 1-year deal. So if Cooper leaves, they'll have to find at least 2 wide receivers. Jamez, I'm going to disagree with you. You want to know why? Because in 2017, you know who we walked away from? We walked away from Wilcox. We walked away from Church. We walked away from Mo Claiborne and Brandon Carr, all in the exact same year. And guess how many corners we had on our team? 1. He actually played safety at the time. His name was Byron Jones. The Dallas Cowboys walked away from them. And then we'll tell you guys this, right? We have 27 people on our team right now that are on 1-year deals. So your team is going to be changing anyway. Let's just be real. That's why I told y'all, if you're buying a jersey, it better be Dak or Zeke. Oh, be Dak, Zeke. Cooper. You can get Cooper, Jalen Smith too. Better get one of them boys who got them extensions. That's all I'm saying. Because 27 people on our team right now have 1-year contracts. And out of that 27, how many do you think are going to re-sign with the Dallas Cowboys? Or how many do you think the Cowboys will even offer contracts to? Realistic. I think there's guys that won't even get a contract offered to them. Like, they won't even offer you a contract. Like, Rod Smith, they didn't even offer him a contract. They didn't offer him a less money. They let him go. Just go to the Giants, go do what you want to do. Have a nice life. Like, I think out of 27, I think you keep 10. Like, you guys got to stop. I mean, I know my videos be a little different. You know what I'm saying? Because I be trying to prepare you guys for that real that's about to happen, man. Like, that's real, man. You have 27 players currently on 1-year contracts that play for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, you don't think they knew that? And think about this. Out of those 27 players, how many have they re-signed like this season? So realistically, the Cowboys understand that, and they're going to go into the offseason knowing that 27 people on their team there might be a chance that 27 people on their team may be different. 27? You know how many starters that is? There's only 53 players on the active roster. There's only 47 that suit up on the actual day. So 27. So you know what that means? There's some starters in there. There's some starters in there. Like, that's just real. There's too many. There's too many. So yes, I definitely believe the Dallas Cowboys will do that. You want to know why? Because they already knew they were going to. Because they're the ones who signed these guys. Like, if they really wanted to keep these guys past 1 year, why didn't they sign them more than a 2-year deal? Like, why would you put so many guys on 1-year contracts? You want to know why? Because you're okay with changing this team again. So guess what? Next year, we're going to go through a major team change again. Training camp, I'm going to be out there like, yo, I'm West Coast. Who you? How you doing? What about Jerry Jones? What are you guys asking me about Jerry Jones? Lois said, I mean, out of 27, how many do you guys think will resign? The biggest number I've seen is 15. Even if 15. Okay, so 27, that's the biggest number I've seen on the feed so far. So 27. And that was from Lopez. 15. That's still 12 different players. If I told you 12 players on the Dallas Cowboys got cut today, I guarantee you 4 of them, you'd be like, bruh. Guess what? Robert Quinn's one of them. Bennett's one of them. Crawford's one of them. Byron Jones is one of them. Dak Prescott's one of them. Jalen Smith was one of them. Jamez says they better extend Quinn, but my thing is this: how are you gonna? This is the situation the Dallas Cowboys are putting themselves in, right? And I need y'all to track with me for like 2 seconds, right? The Dallas Cowboys, if Dak Prescott is going to, the quarterbacks, let's just see who's going to be the best available quarterback next year, right? You're going to have Quinn, you're going to have Cam Newton, you're going to have Tannehill, you're going to have Mariota, you're going to have, who else is going to be available? Dak Prescott. So we can all agree that Dak Prescott would be the best free agent quarterback available next year, right? All right, boom. What wide receivers are going to be available next year? Maybe Odell at worst. I don't think Odell's going to be available either. Because his contract is cheaper. He's going to be making like $17 million next year. $17 million for Odell, that's cheap. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't Tom Brady, but man, nobody's going to invest in a 40-year-old Tom Brady. Bridgewater, yeah, Bridgewater will be available. But you got to think like this. Bridgewater's making $7 million right now as a backup. But when it's all said and done, Dak Prescott's a better quarterback than everybody just said. As in far as what they do on the field, he's a better quarterback than those guys. And Tom Brady's 40. You know what I'm saying? So Dak's going to be the best quarterback available, all right? We've already established that Amari Cooper is going to be the best wide receiver available in the free agency next year. Now, can I ask you guys a question? Robert Quinn has 9.5 sacks right now. Right now, today. The most DeMarcus Lawrence has gotten in the last 2 years is 11. So we safe to say that Robert Quinn will probably have more than 11 sacks. Well, 11 sacks got DeMarcus Lawrence first year, $18 million on a franchise tag. Then he got him, the next year he did 10. You know what they try to do? They try to franchise tag him again on a $21 million. You guys get where I'm going? Are we tracking? What I just said is the Dallas Cowboys will probably have to go after in the same offseason the number one quarterback available, the number one wide receiver available, and probably the number one defensive end available. Because I don't think there's going to be any defensive ends with 10 plus sacks, and he's going to get 10. I want you guys to Google how much guys making 10 plus sacks are making. I mean, can we Google that? I got a little tea here. Go Google how much D4 got. Now, obviously, Quinn's 30. But go look what Dominican Sue got after 30. They got like 12 million. So now you're telling me that Jerry Jones is going to have to sign the number one quarterback, the number one receiver, and the number one defensive end, all in the same offense, in the same offseason. How many of those people you guys think get signed? Realistic. I don't know, man. Hey, man, but I got to get out of here. I got to go get my son. My baby, he in preschool now, so I'm back on my 11 o'clock run. I got to go get him. But, hey, man, we got a lot of stuff to think about. A lot of stuff to think about. But, hey, this stuff that we think about right now, we're going to put it off to the side. And the only reason why I even talked about it is because you guys asked about it. But we're going to put it off to the side. Why? Because we have the Bears. 4-game season. This is all this is right now. It's 4-game season. 4-game season, you qualify for the tournament. Period. My boy Jiz says, Don Montana says all 3. Man, I'm hoping, please, Jesus. You know how much money that's going to be putting out in one off season? It's going to be like 160 for Dak. It's probably going to be like 100 for Cooper. So that's at 260. Then you're going to be at least like 30, a 2-year deal or something for Quinn. You're looking about $300 million in one off season. And don't forget about those other 27 guys. No, actually, that would be 24 guys I got to get paid also. So not only got to pay them dudes, but you got to pay 24 other guys on your team. Yeah, man, I know. Just hope they all grew up wanting to be Cowboys, right? You already know what it is. Never look